All right, continuing with Baker Football Media Day, let's welcome in our student athletes. Today we are joined by senior quarterback Truman Juelsgaard and senior defensive lineman Zach Schneider. Guys, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Now, guys, why don't you first tell us where you're from, what you're majoring in, and what brought you here to Baker? Let's start with Zach first.
Yeah, so I'm from KCMO. I'm an exercise science major. I'm majoring in coaching. And kind of what just brought me here is Coach Tuck. I came on my visit, and I was really looking for a defensive school to come play for. And he was my guy. He had the coaching fit and the defense fit, so it was a strong pull here for me.
Yeah, and I'm Truman Juelsgaard. I'm from Lawrence, Kansas. I'm a business management major. I came in. I did no clue that I wanted to play football at all. I came in as a safety, and then got new staff and switched over to the quarterback and offensive side. So yeah.
Yep, Truman, let's start with you. Year 4 in the program, but year 3 as the starting quarterback. Looking back on your career here, how do you feel your game has grown over the years, and how have you evolved as a player heading into your senior season?
Yeah, I think I've just matured not only as a football player, but as a human. To be a better leader for the offensive guys, but also just the team as a whole. In the classroom, away from football, on the football field, in the locker room, going into like game planning, like just seeing what the defense brings, and then having an answer on offense. Just having an offensive mind as a quarterback has changed the game completely. Seeing what the defense is doing and where we can have answers to where their weaknesses are. It's been awesome. But yeah, just being a better leader and being a better person overall is where I've matured most of everything.
It's been great to see your growth here during your time. Yeah. Now, Zach, let's go over to you. Actually, you're number 5 for you here in the program. You really gained some experience the last 2 years playing, again, alongside some really strong defense for Baker. What does it mean to you personally to be able to kind of step into a bigger role this year on the defensive side of the ball?
I think it means everything to me. It's a huge honor. I came here because it was a defensive school, so it puts the pressure on us defensively of, hey, we got pitched shutouts, we got pitched low-scoring games, but to be able to take those shoes and, take the spots of like some of the guys I play with, like Mitchell Henry, Shane Squirrel, and those guys who were big-time guys on the team, take their shoes. It means everything. It's a huge honor for me, so it's definitely something I'm going to take very seriously.
Yeah, great to hear. Let's go ahead and look at each side of the ball here specifically. Let's start with Truman first. Looking at the offense, did have some changes there, especially on the group in front of you with the offensive line. But you bring back some key guys like the returning all-conference player in Aiden Palmer. Also add some new playmakers through recruiting while still having returners here that can be factors on the offensive side of the ball. What stands out to you about the offense heading into this season?
Yeah, we got weapons all over the field. Up front, I have all the time in the world. They're doing a great job. Even the blocking schemes, starting to learn that from the mind of Coach Reggs. Just seeing why we're blocking this and how it's amazing when you get to conversate with the helm of the offense. And then, we got the weapons on the outside. We got Adrian Seals, Jack Malin, Eric Avery, Gage Warren. Our tight ends can block their physical in the run game, and they can also run routes too. So it just makes my job even easier when I have time back there and I can make a decision. I just got to make it quick and make it, perfect. But yeah, we're going to be dangerous. We might be young on the roster side, but there's leadership up front. They're all old. Keon's a little young on the left tackle. We got Parker Lane, Beef, our center's young, and then we got Andy. He's going to be a dog, and then Aiden Palmer. He's an all-conference guy, so he's going to be protecting all of us. And our goal is to put up points on the board this year and light up the scoreboard and strike the band. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, be exciting stuff to see this year then. Now, Zach, let's move over to you, looking at the rest of the defense there behind you. A lot of changes on that side of the ball. Coach Regalado talked about that during his part. Lost maybe about 7 or 8 guys on that side of the ball, starters, including a couple of All-Americans in Thad Metcalf and Cannon Carn. But instead of focusing on who we lost, what excites you about this defense? What excites you about the way this defense is coming together with so many new faces stepping in?
I think the best part on defense right now is what we got really good chemistry. I know that group that I'm out there with, across the board, Jalen Smith, Meek, Keese, and Malvo, we're all like best friends out there. So I think for us, that relationship aspect is huge of like chemistry. You know, I trust these guys no matter what, that they're going to be where they're supposed to be, even though we may be young. I know Eli Porter filling in for Thad Metcalf, Zion's coming in, all young guys, but like Coach Reg said, freak athletes, and they'll get the job done. So I'm more excited than worried. I wouldn't say I'm worried at all, but I'm super excited because I love these guys, so I trust them that they're going to do their job.
Yeah, great to hear too. But on that always competitive defensive side of the ball is the Baker Wildcats. It's kind of a couple of transitions for both of you here. Truman, for you specifically, new offense. You had mentioned this just briefly earlier. New play caller and Coach Regalado taking over the play calling this year. How has that transition been from Coach Morris from years past, now going to Coach Regalado calling the offense?
Yeah, I love Coach Morris. Shout out to Coach Morris. I mean, he was a great guy. Hope he's doing well. Miss him, but you know, next man up, and that's Coach Regs. And Coach Regs, you know, brought the 2016 team to a national championship, so that just excites you. And he was at the helm of that too. You know, they had All-Americans on that team as well, and they were lighting up the scoreboard. And just to back off that is, you know, we're going to run the ball. We're going to be a running team first. We're going to, you know, be physical up front. We have some really physical backs that will get us, you know, 4 yards at most. If not, they're falling forward for 5. So I'm really excited about that. Get the run game going, and then once the run game's going, then the pass game going, and then if we're all on the same page, and it's been amazing to see. And you know, while Coach Regs has been calling the offenses, we have an answer everywhere on the field. We, as the players on the field, like he can't be on the field, but he knows what they're doing. So if we know what the defense is doing, and we're all on the same page as an offense, we're gonna be unstoppable. So I'm really excited about that. And then what Schneider said, like, this group of guys, both defense, offense, and special teams, we're close knit. We love each other. We care about each other. We care about the person to our left, to our right, in front of us, and behind us. So we can be really dangerous when, you know, we love each other and we all have the same goal.
Now, for you, Zach, the transition is to a new position. I've been playing linebacker your previous years here, but now moving into the defensive line role. What has that transition been like for you coming into a new position for this year?
It was definitely interesting. A lot of ups and downs for sure. I came in here, a linebacker, middle linebacker. I was here to come in and fill Mitch's shoes at Mike linebacker, but Kramer's doing a great job so far. So he's doing a great job. So when I got moved, it was definitely hard. But I got lucky. I fell into a guy with like Shane Squarlow and Brian Lane and Tabari, and like those guys just put me under their wing. And those guys were, like Shane Squarlow was a very veteran guy. He helped me out a lot with just transitioning, you know. They all did the transition too, so it was definitely a hard adjustment going from putting my hand in the dirt and getting down and dirty, but I love it. Coach Tuck, he knew what he was doing, even though at the time I thought he was crazy, but he definitely had a plan for me, and that plan's, you know, unraveling in front of my eyes right now. So I'm definitely grateful for it, and it's taught me how to be who I am today. So it's good.
Absolutely, we'll see that pay off this season too. So, Truman, back to you here. Looking back at the success of the program the last 2 years under Regalado and under yourself as a starting quarterback, as I mentioned before, back-to-back playoff appearances, back-to-back conference titles, consistently in the national rankings. As one of the leaders on the team, how do you make sure the standards of the program are carried over into this season?
Man, that's a good question. You know, I think that's just the Baker standard. You know, Coach Regalado on his first day coming in, he said the standard here at Baker, and especially for Baker football, is to win. And if you don't win, see you later. So we bought into that. You know, we're going to try and win at all costs. You know, whether it's close or we're blowing people out of the water. Our standard is to win, and then I kind of hit on before, like, we just bought in on each other, on the coaching staff. We trust each other, we love each other. And one of our mottos this year is Proverbs 27:17, and it's, as iron sharpens iron, so does one person sharpen another. And it's just been leading us, because, you know, we're a young group, and there's not very many seniors. I mean, there's 12, I think, but still, that's not a very big number compared to the young guys. And we're going to call each other up. Doesn't matter if you've been here for 3 months, 3 years, 5 days. Call each other out, call each other up, and we're going to be unstoppable. And so, yeah, we just bought into that. And the Baker standard here is win conference championships, make it to the playoffs, and then do some damage in the playoffs. And that's what we've been blessed to be able to do the past couple of years.
Absolutely. Zach, let's get your perspective there as a leader on the defensive side of the ball. Again, kind of taking a bigger role this year. Yeah. What is your mindset as one of the leaders on the defense going up against some of these high-powered offenses in the conference?
Yeah, don't be a superhero. Keep it very plain and simple. I think for us, since we are very young on defense, it's let's take it one day at a time, one step at a time, As the season goes on, as a whole, we're going to grow, I think everyone, if we just do our job and we have that trust, then we're going to be able to shut down these teams. And these superpower teams that we're going to play, like Benedictine, Grandview, I do think and truly do believe that those are teams that we can shut down. But on this defense, we need everyone to do their job and not, try to be a superhero. So just plain, flat, and simple, just, do our job, trust each other, and just love each other every step of the way.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see this year with the new group back there. Okay, let's move on to some lighter questions, more of the fun side of the interview here, kind of more rapid fire a little bit, but give us some explanations on these. We like to do these throughout these interviews. Okay, looking at the team as a whole, we'll just go on each side of the ball. But we'll start with Zach. Funniest person on the defense.
Funniest person on the defense? Kramer. He gets it every single year, but it's just like he's just, I don't get it. He's funny. So definitely probably Kramer.
All right, Truman, offensive side of the ball. Who's the funniest?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to go with either Andy. He'd be cracking jokes all the time, or I'd have to give it to Chauncey. He's just witty with it. So yeah, he's quick with it.
All right, now back to Truman here. We'll stay with you. Most athletic on the offensive side of the ball. Plenty to choose from, I'm sure.
Oh, geez, yeah. Can I say the whole offense? Probably most athletic. Gosh, I don't even know. I'm gonna say Keon Anderson, left tackle. That guy can, for his size, he can move for pretty good for a big boy. So I'm gonna give that to him. So.
Yeah, Zach, what about you? Most athletic on the defensive side of the ball?
I think Jalen Smith is definitely one. He's like 280, and he could go play running back, I feel like, the way he cuts. Or I would say the Porter twins are freakishly athletic. I know when they came in, they're probably 145, 150 pounds, and they're squatting 4 plates. And I was like, wow. So definitely those 3 guys.
All right, we'll stay with you, Zach, here. Who's the most energetic, upbeat at practice?
Energetic? I would say probably Kramer. Yeah. Probably Kramer. Kramer's always coming out with something, whether it's mismatched cleats, a do-rag, or an arm sleeve for some reason, He's always doing something to try to just bring up the beat. He's a guy, but then also I think Jalen Smith too. There's some days he comes out there and he's feeling rowdy, so it's definitely good to see.
What about you, Truman? Who's most upbeat in the offensive huddles?
Gage Warren, 110%. It doesn't matter if it's 5:30 in the morning or 5:30 at night. That guy is yelling something. Or I'm gonna say by bringing the juice with his actions is Gavin Fellingham. That guy, doesn't matter if it's we're thudding up or we're live, he'll run through you. So he'll bring the juice. So.
All right, and on the other end of that spectrum, maybe a little bit. Sticking with you, Truman, who's the best at taking naps on the team? Best napper.
Best napper? I'm gonna go with who naps a lot? Man, I don't know. I've taken a lot of videos of them on the bus on the away games of them napping. I'm gonna say Eric Avery. That guy. He definitely puts on a good snore. So.
What about you, Zach? Who's the best napper on the defensive side?
He's a transfer this year. I'd say my guy Meek. he's always coming over our house, and I think every time I walk in throughout the day, he's asleep on the couch. So I'll go with Meek for probably the best snapper.
Nice. All right, and Zach, staying with you, who would be the best at giving a toast?
Best at giving a toast?
Yeah.
I think on the defensive side, I'd say Isaac Klug is really good at giving toast. You know, he's a very well-worded guy. He's very smart, so he's very good at that. But the toast I will miss, Coach Aligo definitely gives the best toast I've heard. He's always got some life story to tell you about, so he'll always teach you something. So those two guys are definitely good.
Yeah, shout out Coach Aligo.
Yeah.
Truman, what about for you? Who's the best on the offensive side of the ball? Maybe giving a toast.
Yeah, I'm going to shout out to Coach too. I'm going to shout out Coach Hegeman. You know, just playing with him the past couple of years. I mean, that's my guy, and he would give the best toast ever. So leave it. You definitely want that guy speaking at your wedding.
All right, and just really quick here too. Kind of we'll stick with you, Truman. What's been your favorite tradition here at Baker?
I don't know if we're going to get in trouble for this, but the football get together before, like once camp ends, all the football guys get together, and it's a pretty fun day. So.
What about for you, Zach? What's your favorite tradition here at Baker?
I would say the football get together is definitely the most fun. I think we got a couple new ones that we started. I think the Iron Sharpens Iron period, that's great. I think that's going to be a really big new tradition. And then I think just like group prayers, we've been doing that a lot during practice with just position groups before practice, you know. Keep us all healthy, you know. Give us a clear conscience to go through and focus on just football and not outside noise. I think that's been a real big blessing for us too. Brings us a lot closer with that football get together. So it's been good.
Yeah, great team bonding thing
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
All right, last question here for the both of you. We'll stick with you, Zach. What's been your favorite moment here at Baker, on the field, off the field? What's just been your favorite experience?
I think on the field was definitely last year when we beat MNU, when we went to MNU, and everyone's like, there's no way you guys beat MNU. That was definitely huge. I remember turning around, the entire ways stands was full of Baker, so that was definitely cool. And then off the field, I'd say February 9th, I got baptized through just meeting guys at Baker. So Baker's really changed my life in a good way, so I'm thankful.
Yeah, shout out there. Truman, what about for yourself? Favorite moment on the field and then maybe one off the field?
Yeah, on the field was when we went to Missouri Valley and we watched MNU versus Benny on the field. We just got done playing, and you know it was going to be our first conference win. That was amazing just to get that, get a ring, and you know just restore the order back at Baker. And then off the field, I mean, Zach said it with our team bonding. It's just Tuesday nights we get together as a football guys and you know invite other people into a Bible study, just you know to get closer with not only each other but also with our Lord and Savior, and you know be vulnerable in that time, and it just allows us to you know lean on each other and not our own selves, and also lean on God as well. So that's been awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate your time and good luck with the season. Make sure to follow along with the Wildcats this year as they open the season at Peru State on Saturday, September 6th. You can watch all of their regular season games for free on the Urban Edge Network. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.